We are live for the most part. I'm going to send out a group chat message telling everyone that I am live, and then we will get underway. Alrighty then. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a live stream. I'll be honest with you guys. I might as well explain this when more people are in chat. So we're going to be doing the lower ACR, or lower receiver of the ACR, hopefully. I'm really hoping that I can get through basically just the lower receiver of the ACR right now. It is currently 4:28, and I need to go around 5:15, 5:20. So I'm hoping to get through most of the ACR by that time. Hello, Jim. I see you in chat now. So we're gonna start with basically just the grip, which is gonna save me a little bit of time because now I don't have to do all the angles or anything like that. So yes, pretty much just a straight grip going straight down. Nothing really too fancy about it, to be honest. So we are going to just go ahead and make the ACR low receiver. That's all I have time for today. Um, I got a text from an old friend of mine from high school that I haven't seen since her graduation year of 2014. I graduated in 2015, saying that she wanted to go out to Universal City Walk tonight and kind of hang out with the core group of friends that we had in high school. So that's kind of taking priority right now because that's real life. What do you call it? It's real life social experiences. And a big portion of this generation is that people keep saying that my generation as a whole doesn't get out and talk to people enough. So I will be going out with her to take on City Walk, which isn't that hard of a thing to do, to be honest. It's City Walk is a fairly docile place in the grand scheme of things. We're just gonna do laps around everything basically. Hello, Extreme Guns. I see you in chat now. It's fairly simple. All we really do is City Walk. For those of you who don't live in Florida and/or don't live in the United States and don't know what Universal is, it's just a place where people can go, and it's kind of like a boardwalk, but in the middle of a city. And it does all sorts of different loops. There's like three different loops, and they all intersect with one another. And there's just a bunch of different shops all over the place. It's like they got shops, or you can go to places to eat. And on the other side of City Walk is the entrance to actual like Universal itself, which is a theme park basically. Um, so yeah, we'll be going out to there tonight to enjoy the company of squad and whatnot. Um, should be a fairly fun time. Doing the CZ75 sounds like fun. The only CZ75 that I've built as of this moment is Christopher Hopman's. We are going to do kind of the back end of this coming straight down. Should be fairly simple, to be honest. We'll just delete this, and wow, that's a really big brick. We'll run a 14 going down. I think I'll drop that down to a 12. Like so. And then to get the curve around the back, we'll just use these pieces here. Like so. Might bring it in on the other side just to skin it down. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Should be fairly fun. It's free parking for Florida residents after 5, I want to say, which is why we're going later on in the day. Literally all we've ever done as a group of friends is just walked around and looked at all the women. I kid you not, that's literally all we do. And we do it for like hours on end, talk about what happened in the past like week, some of the drama that's happening at the old high school that we all used to attend, because we still keep up with a lot of the friends and things over there that we still have there. We were a very social group. My entire group of friends were all the outcasts of high school, basically. But the good news is, because we were the outcasts, we all had different ties to different groups inside of the school. So a lot of us knew all the shit about all the other groups. We knew all the secrets. If someone needed information, they came to us. And chances are we knew what they wanted to know. So we were quite the influential group at our school in terms of abilities to ruin people's lives, kind of. It was pretty great, pretty enjoyable. Had a lot of fun, got to hear a lot of really interesting stories and know a lot of things about a lot of people that unfortunately I cannot share on live stream, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you would absolutely love to hear about some of the things that I know. Um, all sorts of different things. Like I said, though, we're gonna go until about 5 o'clock in terms of live streaming, and then I need to go clean up and do all sorts of different things to be ready to go out to City Walk. I can't go looking like crap. I haven't left the house at all, so yeah. In terms of what I wanted to do with this gun, I want the magwell to accommodate a 3 stud wide magazine, so we're gonna see if we can't accomplish that with this gun. I'm pretty sure we should be able to, because there's going to be a gap between the trigger guard and where the mag well is, and that's because there's the bolt catch right there. So we'll put the gap in there, basically. This kind of recurves back up for a little bit. Like I've said, though, all we're doing today is the low receiver for now. I don't know if I'm going to live stream if I get home tonight or not. Or, wow, that sounds incredibly wrong. Not that I said that. I don't know if I'm going to live stream when I get home tonight. I know for a fact that I will get home. What's the weather like over here? Well, usually speaking, it's pretty damn hot because I live in Florida, but as of lately, it's been fairly good outside because we've had a pretty good amount of rain. And generally speaking, when you get rain, it gets really hot because the rain fucks with everything in the atmosphere and things like that, and then it gets really hot after it rains. But as of late, we've been getting enough rain that it doesn't get hot immediately after raining. So it's felt pretty damn good outside. So tonight is probably going to be pretty cool. I'm definitely going to be walking around in uh, longer pants and a short shirt, a just a t-shirt basically, because it's gonna be. I won't say it's gonna be that cool, but I know that it's just gonna be that. That's like what I need to wear because that's how I like long shorts or long pants. I don't like shorts, and it's gonna feel better to be walking around in a short shirt. Generally speaking, I walk around in a hoodie because I'm anemic, but because I'm walking around like constantly over at City Walk, I don't want to kind of burden myself by having to wear a hoodie. So it's pretty good. Weather is doing fine. Someone asked me if I had game shared with them or not. I had to answer that text message. All right. So the bolt catch runs basically right through here. Over here, it's straight up raining and 57 degrees outside. I honestly, I wouldn't mind that. I used to live in Tennessee where it basically did the same thing as what it's doing over there with you right now. And I kind of enjoyed it because I've lived in Florida for basically all my life. And what you have to remember about Florida is that you can always put more clothes on to get warmer, but you can't take clothes off to get cooler. And that's always been my main belief as a person who like goes outside and travels a lot and things like that. It feels better to me to be able to oh gosh, to be able to take clothing off or take or put clothing on. My bad, my apologies. Hello, Datlini plays. I see you in chat now. It just felt better to me to be able to take the clothing off or put more clothing on. Oh my gosh, to get warmer than it has ever been to take clothing off because I don't have that good of a body. I can't walk around shirtless like some of these other punk ass kids do and just look good. So I've always felt more comfortable putting more clothing on. So the main problem that I'm having here is that this piece will in fact fit with this right up here. Hello, Dimitrov. I see you in chat now. But because of how LED works, there's a collision error between these pieces so that it doesn't fit between here and here. Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant at all. Like I said, I'd rather go back to Tennessee and live over there, to be honest. I say, okay, this is a problem. Come on, LD. Work with me. Like, this brick literally fits right here. Yeah, the bolt catch on the ACR is really simple. Like, literally, it's just going to be this beam that comes up this way, and there's going to be, like, a thing so that you just flick it up and then pull it down. It's incredibly simple. Um, so that's basically just going to be the bolt catch. Super, super simple. There's nothing really to it, to be honest. We are going to do, I go to say probably the Magwell, and then after that, I'll probably call the stream right there because uh, I gotta go get ready to go to City Walk basically. So let's finish up the back of this section here. Take that out like so. Yeah, a lot of the bulk catches really don't have to be too difficult. You really just have to use leverage, I guess is the best way to put it, and it just kind of contacts with like one little piece on the bolt, and then it's stuck in there, and then it just works. So you are correct. The more simple it is, the better it works, basically. That's how I've always felt about it. Um, I don't know. Do I think Infinity War deserves all the hate or Infinite Warfare? But they're basically the same thing, so it really doesn't matter. The problem that I have right now with Infinity Ward is not that they've made a futuristic game. It's that they've made Call of Duty 4 a game that has to be repurchased, where we've seen that titles can be made backwards compatible. I play Dark Souls on the Xbox One right now, but it's an Xbox 360 game. So my general problem that I have with Infinity Ward is why do we have to buy this what's it called, like Master Edition or something like that? I can't remember the name for it, but why do I have to buy an $80 game just to get a Call of Duty 4 when you could have made it backwards compatible and free for everyone? That's my general problem with Infinity Ward as of this moment, because that doesn't make sense to me. Why didn't you just make it backwards compatible and free for everyone? That would have made the fan base much more happier. And then I wouldn't have to go out and buy Infinite Warfare because I don't want to play Infinite Warfare. And at the same time, because I don't have to buy that game, it works out in my favor because then I'm not getting fucked over by GameStop, who doesn't give fair prices on literally anything anymore. So I just that's my general take on that issue, if you want to call it an issue. And this isn't working out the way that I want it. All right, so we'll delete all that. I'm trying to focus on this at the same time. I'm trying to explain my feelings towards this whole debacle that is everything right now. So let's see. Where was I in the rant? Why is it that we have to go out and spend an extra $20 on a game that should be free? That's my main point here. We've already seen that they can make backwards compatible games because a lot of other studios are doing it. Halo Reach is backwards compatible right now. I'm playing Dark Souls, Viva Pinata, Mass Effect. All these other studios are willing to make their games free and backwards compatible. So why isn't the same thing being done for um, Call of Duty 4? I have to go out and spend more money on a game that should be free for the same experience that I can get for literally just taking the game disc that I have. I still have my Call of Duty 4, my Modern Warfare. I could literally just take that and I should be able to plop that into the disk drive of my Xbox One and I should be able to play the game. I shouldn't have to go out and spend more money on a Call of Duty that I don't want to begin with because it's not a Call of Duty. It's literally like Titanfall 2 basically. So that's where I stand on it basically. I only go to GameStop to buy money on Steam. I honestly, the only GameStop that I go to is with friends that work there, and the reason I go there is because I know my friends aren't going to try to shove shit down my throat. The big problem that I have with GameStop right now is that they keep, like, every time I've ever gone to GameStop, every time I go to check out, they ask redonkulous things like, hey, do you want to sign up for our rewards program? Hey, do you want this to go with your package deal? Because if you get this, you get this too, and it's such a great deal. You should buy it because, it's awesome. And I hate it when people try to sell me extra shit. I know what I wanted. I came here and I've gotten what I've wanted. Don't try to sell me extra shit. It's a remaster of COD 4, but here's the thing. They say it's a remaster, but it's probably running on the same exact fucking engine that they've been using for the past 10 years or so. Plus, at the same time, it's probably the same exact servers, except they've just rebooted them from the original games, like when it first came out. And it probably still has the same imbalances that the original game had. Those same exact guns are going to be OP. The same exact perks are going to be OP. Everything's going to be broken as fuck when you first get the game because everyone's going to remember, oh, hey, I remember this perk. It was broken as fuck. I'm going to use it. And that's my general problem. Made up guns aren't all that bad. It shows creativity. That is true to a certain extent. The problem that I have with made up guns is that they're so fucking inaccurate to how we understand real guns currently work. Let's take, for instance, the what's it called? The KRM 262 from Black Ops 3. That gun just shouldn't even do what it does. The reload animation is fucking ridiculous. Why would you make a complex weapon system that has this really complicated reload animation bullshit to it while fighting in a war? Because if that reload doesn't open up, if it doesn't open up like you think it's going to, if it gets sand down in there and it jams up and it gets all dirty as fucking shit, you're fucked in war. And that's not good. I see the Toasted Crumpet and then Max Marin in here. Hello, guys. I'm trying to think of other Black Ops 3 weapons that are highly inaccurate. Let's think of the Razorback and the Vesper. The Razorback in particular doesn't have a shell ejection port on it, which is okay because at that point I'm highly inclined to assume that it works off the same way that a H&K G11 works. It uses caseless ammo, which is in fact a thing, so I will let that slide. The problem that I have with both the Razorback and the Vesper is that the animation for it looks awkward. Who would ever want a magazine at that much of an angle? You have to like lift the gun up in front of your face in order to reload it. And that's dumb. Why? Why would you ever have to lift the gun up like that in front of your face? It should be nice and simple to reload. Talk about the dingo. Yeah, the dingo. I don't know how you can just throw in a new magazine and it just works like instantly. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's just like it crawls up through the fucking weird ass tube looking thing or whatever is on the side of it. The like mag feeds thing. I don't know what to call it. It's weird as fuck. I don't like it. Talk about the PO6. Yeah, PO6 pretty true. Who the fuck uses a 3 round burst fucking sniper rifle? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's not even a sniper rifle at that point. It's just an assault rifle that's just 3 round burst regulated. Man of War makes no sense. Its magwell makes no sense. It literally splits open. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either. Like, what the fuck? That's a complicated system that you don't need because if that complicated system fails, guess who can't get the magazine out of the weapon? Which is kind of fucking important. Yeah, see, you guys get it because you're all jumping in on the hate train too. This is I don't understand what these Call of Duty developers are thinking with all these futuristic weapons. They just don't make any sense with what we currently have. And they talk about all this stuff that they do. They talk about how they go out with actual like military veterans and stuff and have range day sessions to figure out how all these weapons work and whatnot. And it just yeah, I don't understand. And they are a giant pain in the ass to build in Lego. They really are. There's like all sorts of these fucking details on the side of the weapon that have no purpose to. Take for instance the ICR. The ICR has like two fucking red tabs on the magazine well. Like half this magazine well right here would be cut out, and there's just this red tab that's fucking sticking out that says lift here, and no one even knows what the fuck it's for because you don't even use it in the reload animation. What the fuck is there this giant red tab? I don't understand. Yes, there. If you look closely at the BRM reload, there is in fact screws. I've seen the like that awesome slow motion footage that that one guy does. It's really helpful in the community. And I don't understand because it literally like screws open. So I have to wait on the weapon itself to unscrew for me so that I can reload it. I just no, just no. It's not how a light machine gun works. I don't give a fuck how far in the future this shit is. No. It does have the highest DPS in the game. Each base damage shot on the PO6 does 90 damage. It's an incredibly good gun, and you are right. If it had no burst charge, everyone would use it in the game because it's OP. And that at that point, if it had no burst charge, I'd go to argue that it is in fact an assault rifle instead of a sniper rifle like they so claim, even though it's a 3 round burst sniper rifle, and I've never heard of a 3 round burst sniper rifle. I like your vids and your guns, but why do I create guns in real life that would never stay together? My argument against that point is that I've built multiple of these weapons that I've built on LDD in real life, and they have stayed together. Take, for instance, let's see if I can't think of one. The P90 that I've built on LDD stayed together in real life, and it worked fine. The multiple M4 PDWs that I've built stayed together just fine. The Vector in the Blue Jay Industries Vector X, I have the low receiver right over there, stayed together just fine. All of the Scar models that I've built stayed together just fine because I've built pretty much every single Scar model. Like I said though, even though you might not think it, all my guns do in fact stay apart in real life. I try my hardest on this channel to have the most strength and sturdiness inside of all my weapons because I've also built with Legos in real life. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. It's about 4:56. I think we'll finish up the rest of this magwell down here and the magazine release design that I plan on doing on the inside of this, and then we will call it quits for the stream. Thinking of the F2000, there is a little bit of a trouble area that I noticed on the F2000 in my video where I deleted something on the inside and something came out. And I've since then gone back and I fixed that. The problem is I don't want to make another video on it because I've literally gone in and placed 2 bricks and I replaced the trouble area on it. Why would I go make another video on it for you guys and then release that? Because the main problem with that is people would kind of just look at me like, hey, why are you making another video for views, huh? That's not cool, bro. Or something like that. And that's not something that I want. I don't want that negative connotation to my channel. I've made uh, the F2000 video, and then I'm gonna leave it at that F2000 video. because that's all I've ever needed for it. I don't know why you're talking about the details of the gun either. The details of the gun should be just fine. Most of the time I use the side panel pieces that I've used in all my weapons that have worked just fine. I've seen multiple other YouTubers do it at the same time. If you ever seen Masterminded Guns, he pretty much did exactly what I do for the calls it, the what's that, a shotgun, the haymaker. He just recently built the haymaker and he used pretty much the exact same techniques that I would have used of, and his weapon stayed apart just fine. He even had it fully field strippable. There we go. Had a problem pronouncing that word for a second. Yeah, I hate it too, but just to avoid that ever coming onto the channel, I'm just not going to release more videos about a gun unless I do like a major update to it. Like the only other F2000 video that I ever plan on releasing, if I ever get around to doing it, is if I make the scope for it that they have, which is the that big bulky thing that goes on top of the gun. I think that's the only time that I'd ever go through and I'd remake a video for it because that's a huge major update that actually has progress on it. So yeah. There are certain guns that I go through and I build, and then once I get to a certain part of the gun, I have to delete portions of it off, and when I delete those portions of it off, it creates troubles areas and other things. I will give you that. That is true. But I do go back and I fix that. Sometimes that's off stream, sometimes that's on stream. The CUDA had this problem actually. I had a problem with the grip area on the CUDA where I went through and I deleted a specific detail that I had on it originally, and then it had entire like sections of it not connected to the model like at all. So I had to go back in and fix that afterwards, and I fixed that in the final video form. It's just not noticed because I didn't mention it. See, here's the thing, Toasted Crumpted. I have a social thing to do with friends after I finish this lower receiver. I have to go out to Universal City Walk with my squad, basically, to enjoy the nightlife that is Universal City Walk. So I cannot, unfortunately, keep the stream going after I finish this Magwell. I wish I could. I'm pretty sure that you guys would enjoy it thoroughly, but I have to go out with friends because I can't miss this opportunity to go out with someone that I haven't seen since I graduated high school, or since they graduated high school. They graduated high school a year before me. So I really want to go out and kind of chill with my friends and catch up about things that we've been doing in life. Battlefield 5 reveal in 23 hours. The hype is real, dude. I cannot wait. If they have a like a World War II shooter or anything like that, you might as well just kiss COD's days goodbye. It's over. Call of Duty just ruined itself basically. Battlefield 5 is about to swoop in, take all of their money, and then we're gonna have the gods of Battlefield raining down gameplay on us, and it's gonna be so glorious. I cannot wait. I think that's too much of an angle. I think I'm gonna do what Alan's Custom Legos did on his to get that angle and use these pieces. It's 99% confirmed World War II. Awesome. If it's World War II, it's done. Like Call of Duty, you might as well just kiss its days goodbye because if we've all been like wanting to go back to that golden era of Call of Duty, when you had the flamethrower and you were running at fucking Nazis and you were like, spraying them with flames and they were just burning and screaming and you're like, yeah, fuck you Nazis, take some America, whoop ass, and then you felt good about yourself because you fucked up some Nazis. We've all wanted that for a long time now, so thank God Battlefield's bringing it back. Don't my guns look a little smaller than the real ones? Maybe. Probably not. I can't like really put a tape measure on LDD to find out. No one's ever said anything about it being smaller than the actual guns. I think that's the angle that I want to go with. Like, let's take for instance, I'll go download it off of Google Drive and we'll take a look at it so I can make this point. I don't think this is going to be the last point because the low receiver is pretty much done. I'm going to make this last point and then I'll call the stream an end so I can go get ready for some city walk. This is the entire diorama that we are working on finishing right here in this live stream. So if we take a look here, they're all pretty much the exact same size that they need to be. I want to do a little bit of resizing on the FAL. I think I should make the handguard just a little bit longer so that the FAL overall is longer. But the F2000 and the TAR-21 should be shorter than the M16A4. The M16A4 is a little bit longer than the M4A1. AK and the M4 are about the same size. Scar H here in this model is about the same size as the M4, and the FAMAS is just about a little shorter than the actual M4 itself. So I go to say that they're all about the same size that they should be in terms of real life because they're all relative to each other. They are all the correct proportions. In terms of it being smaller than what it really should be, I don't think so because if that was true, then all the guns that I've built would be smaller, or everyone in the community would be smaller. Because the standard M4 magazine well size on most of the Lego guns in the community is 6 studs. It's 6 studs here, 6 studs here. I want to say this one's 7 studs, this one's 6 studs, this one is 7 studs, this one is 8 studs, this is 8 studs, and this one is 7 studs. So if my guns were small, then everyone is in the community would be small if we're going off of magazine size, because the magazine proportions are basically standard across the entire community. So I go to say that I don't think for the most part that my guns are small, too small for the entire thing. I think that's it for now, guys, though. I need to go get ready. It's 5:06. My dad's about to be home. I got to ask him for some money and things like that. So I will see you guys later in another live stream sometime later. I very slim chance, I might live stream later on tonight when I get home from City Walk, which will probably be around 11 or 12. Uh, but who knows? I might not. I could, possibly, maybe, possibly. I don't know. An M4, AK, and M16 should have an 8 stud by mag. Well, the problem is the AK's mags should be 8 studs. AR mags should only be 6 studs. Because I've held both in real life. And goodbye from Italy. Well, have fun in Italy. That's a pretty good gun producing country. I've held both in real life, and the AK mags are bigger than the AR-15 mags. So when I do AR mags, I do them out of 6 studs. And if I want to go just a little bit farther, I'll do it out of 7 studs. So, like this to me just screams 6 studs because if this back here is about 3 to 4 studs in terms of grip, and we put 2 grips together, then we get about the 6 studs range, 6 to 7, which is why I always go with the 6 or 7 stud wide mag. I'll bump it up to 7 in some guns. I'll bump it down to 6 in others. It just depends on the gun. So I'm going to end the live stream there, guys, though. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. See you guys later in a stream tomorrow or tonight. Who knows?